Hey everybody, Coach Duality here with another 2v2 analysis. This will be the first of 2 or 3 with Dela here, so let's go ahead and get the game started. And there is something when I was watching this before that I noticed right away with this kickoff. So Dela's approach here, he's getting that boost, and when he jumps, he's too far to the right of where he should be. We can slow this down a bit so you can get an idea of what I mean. So this first jump here is pretty important. Like the position of his car is going to affect how he's going to be able to play the kickoff. So here, he's making his turn, and he's already to the right of that boost pad. When you jump up, you want to be directly over the boost pad. You see here when he does land, he's to the right of the ball and just has to recorrect himself. So, just practice getting over, like directly on top of that first boost pad when you do that jump. Watching his teammate here, Dela should be sitting back, creeping up pretty close here with the play. GB has some good control of the ball. It's a nice shot there. It's good by Dela to get up there and finish the touch. Other side of the pitch. Okay, I want to look at this kickoff a little slower here. He's doing his dodge and he's already on top of the car, or the ball. Okay, so his dodge is too late and it's too long. If I don't even know if Dela's probably aware, but for those who aren't, the amount of time that you hold down that jump button originally will affect how extended your jump is, and therefore also how high you will be going in that dodge there. So maybe just practice executing both jump button presses a little bit quicker. Make it more of one fluid motion. Chibi should be turning around there. Dela knows that, so he's just gonna watch. Good by him to not throw this away. Chibi should really be creeping up there with him, though. See, Dela made a push on the field, and Chibi's way too far back, so Chibi's hesitation not only cost him the shot, but it also cost him a goal because he had to rotate out of the second spot there, but he was way too far back to do it properly. Chibi should be going for that earlier. Dela should also be grounding his car a little bit more. I know that's a panic jump, but you just need to give yourself more confidence on the ground. Let the other person play it. You know, they either save it or they don't. Get ready to follow up the touch. So he needs to be challenging this a little bit earlier. Talk about why. So Chibi's upfield. Chibi's going to be rotating back to the second spot in the twos rotation here. So Dela's next to go at this ball. And Chibi's coming back, and they're not going to get a strong shot together. Not only are they in a bad place to produce a shot from there, the blue team, but they're also both bunched up there. So Dela should really be punishing this double commitment, and hopefully getting to the ball before Chibi goes too far backfield. But this turn here is going to make it too late. He's already committed to just letting them come back. I don't know if he expects Chibi to challenge on his way back, but Dela should be the one challenging this while Chibi returns. Chibi's goal is to fall back into the 2 spot in the rotation. Dela's job is to just keep some pressure on this ball. See, he's giving them way too much time. They're both sitting there right under that ball. If that was pressured early, Dela could get a nice challenge off of that, and Chibi would already be upfield, but I like Dela's line there with that wall touch. Played the angle pretty well. So he should be challenging, like looking to challenge that too. Chibi's okay to challenge that with how close he was, but that's why communication is so important. Panicked a little bit in the back of the field. Didn't need to be jumping for that. Again, going for boost and not challenging. So, like, again, why? Chibi there, he's making a touch or approach on the ball, so Chibi now should be rotating back, and Dela should be the next to play it. And he starts going there, but then he makes this turn back for the side 100. And, that's just too greedy as rotating into the one spot in the play. Your job is to make sure that you're applying pressure to the ball, get the other team to throw it away in a spot where you can work with it. Rough challenge there. Chibi just keeps flying at it, so it's good from Dela to recognize that here. Not throw himself too far up out of the play. It's good patience from Dela. I think he could have crept up a little bit closer, but he held his ground as number 2 with Chibi not being able to challenge the presence. Oh, just a little bit wide. So here Dela should be rotating back. He makes his touch. He should be aware that Chibi's up there following his hit. So Dela's 1 now, Chibi's going to be 2, and that's important. You know, part of making this play at the net and continuing your drive is understanding how it's going to play preceding your hit or touch or approach at the ball. In this case, Chibi should be the one to follow it up. And Dela needs to make sure that he's making himself aware of that. So he makes his touch, Chibi's looking at that, and Chibi should be following it into the corner. But Dela still chooses to not look back and see where he is, but continue just attacking the ball without any sort of real plan of action there. Instead of backflipping like that, I definitely recommend just turning around. Being backwards is incredibly dangerous. I don't know if I recommend this challenge here. Chibi shouldn't have went off of this, so like Chibi's going up at that and he missed this, but Dela's still pretty far back field with a blue team member attacking that, so Chibi needs to make sure that he's finishing off his pushes 1 with another challenge. Maybe something soft, but either way he's way too quick to just run away from the ball there, with Dela being that far back field. And that touch to the side is pretty risky based off of where Chibi is. And Chibi has basically no idea what he's doing there. He's kind of just lost, so yeah, in the first place, that just needed to be challenged a little bit sooner too. Your teammates at net, so you just sort of start cutting off their line as quick as possible. Look at their car, see what way they're pointing and how they're going to be shooting it, and just put your car in front of that position. Understand the line they're going to be taking and play that. A lot of hesitation there. Pretty surprised that wasn't punished a little harder. Okay, so here, this is one of the more difficult things to maybe look for, but Dela at this point, if he doesn't basically get a really powerful flick off the top corner of his car into opposite side of the net, he's probably not going to make this from here. Especially not now once it's this far to the right and you see that loss of power with that guy being so close. So it's going to get smacked over, but what Dela needs to do here, Chibi should be coming up from the right side, and he should know this. So, like, trusting the rotation, Chibi should be playing where he's not, which should be around the middle right side of the pitch there. So here, with both the blue team members running towards net and him being able to get possession, this touch is what's going to throw it away. It bounces on the top of his car, and that allows the blue team to have more time to rotate onto that, like to turn their car around and attack the ball. If he played that from the left side of the ball directly back into mid where his teammate would be, they would have been able to play the push together. See, Dela's thinking too much here about trying to get it past both of these defenders, but he has someone working on the other side of the pitch with no one guarding him. So he just wants to make sure that he's touching the left side of this ball as it goes down, and you can just use that circle there below it. That's what I use. Just drive your car to the left side of where that circle is going to be, and that would have just let it play over to Chibi. And Dela could have played Chibi's pass, and they could have worked together a lot more on that. But Dela's thinking a little bit too much about playing it himself. Pretty surprised they weren't punished on that. So here, Dela's just going way too quickly at the goal there. You need to make sure that you're slowing down in time to make a drift turn into your net when it's being attacked. Because if you're not going to get the rebound off the wall, then you're spending all that time turning around, and you're probably going to get scored on if they're quick. See here, Devil should have been shooting this a long time ago, but he sort of just waits a little bit too long and throws a dinky little shot at near post. So Dela should be looking for his teammate here. Needs to know how close Chibi is and where he should be playing it. He's playing the ball, but he's not thinking enough about where he should be playing the ball. And that's what's important. I understand that challenge. It's pretty risky. I don't think Chibi was expecting that sort of commitment to the play. Nice touch there at the end. Get that little spin on the underside of the ball to apply some upwards power on it. Okay, see, here again, he's not taking enough time to make himself aware of the ball and the player's positions on the field. So while he's going for this boost, like here, he knows he has a good line. Like, you have to think about it. Think about, like, everything ahead. You know you're going for boost, get the line for boost and keep driving, but you can turn your ball cam on here and just don't change the way you drive, and you'll pick up the boost and you'll be able to understand what's going on in the play. But because he's still just looking at this boost for too long, it's too late when he notices that he actually had time to get to that next, and he could have turned onto that and beat Devil to that ball. They're still going to end up scoring, but just want to make sure that you're aware of everything going on in the field. It's important for you and your teammate. It's a pretty risky turn. So GB should be coming back, and this turn here is what's going to kill him, and it's these little movements of your car that are going to decide whether or not you're going to make or break it on the play. So Dela's he's looking at that, seeing where Chibi is. There's boost there. Chibi's rotating back. Dela's next to get on the play. So if Dela doesn't have boost, he should be picking up that 100 and turning onto the play right away with Chibi rotating around. But he's waiting too long and he's turning away. He's not trusting Chibi enough to get back there. He had more than enough time against these people to get the boost and make his turn towards them and just get in the air and challenge their line of shot at the net. Chibi going backwards as well there, really dangerous. Second you find yourself driving around backwards, you really need to make sure you're turning around and adjusting your car. Good attempt there for Dela. Tries to draw it away from the enemies. Unfortunately, time is not on his side there. Good job trying to keep up with Chibi here to play his hit. A little too close here, so let's think about this. You're running up alongside Chibi here on the same side of the pitch. You're both to the right of the net. So whatever touch Chibi makes here is going to be going towards the left side of the net, and you're coming from the right, so your angle is going to be a lot rougher. And here you're going way too close. You're predicting Chibi to hit it a certain way really quickly right at where you're driving. But if you played that a little bit slower and gave yourself more space to let Chibi play it and work your way towards the middle of the pitch, and like from the left, you would have been able to get to that ball from there. And here Chibi makes an attempt at that push. Chibi should be rotating back, and Dela should be pushing on this ball. You know, it should be that 1 to 2, 2 to 1 rotation. Chibi should be getting back to see what Dela's doing, see where the opponents are, and how they can play it from there. But Dela's choosing to just go all the way back to net here and pick up the boost. So he's leaving his teammate up there, and now his teammate is 100% upfield with both of blue looking to push that ball downfield. Luckily, they just gave Dela too much room themselves, not pushing up enough together. It's a good attempt there from Dela. Had the right angle, just not enough power. Again here, while Dela's going back, he's committing himself to looking at this boost. So this whole time, he's already online to the boost, so he needs to think what else he can do here. So he wants to make sure that he's taking ball cam on so he knows where the ball is, who's attacking it at what time. You know, give yourself as much info to work with on the field. The more you have under your belt to react to like situations on the pitch, like the better plays you'll be able to make. A little bit too quick around the net there. That goalpost, that goalpost will mess you up. So here he wants to be looking for Chibi. It's a good touch over. It's a good job going back and not trusting that risky touch there in the midfield. Dela's a little too close. Good job saving it. Wants to make sure that he's rotating far post there. Give his teammates some space, let them play it, and cover where they can't. So here, he's one on the play. See, Chibi goes up at that, Chibi's now in the net. He needs to make sure that he's pressuring this, because the more space he gives them, the more time and room that they're going to have to work with. He has to block 2 people out now by himself. So he needs to make sure that he's getting at them and understands as quick as possible what they're doing. So he should be taking that side 100 and turning into them and getting ready to challenge, or at least taking a look and grabbing that side boost and getting ready to challenge anything. But he's committed to just looking at that boost the entire way back and then turning around. And by now he has he has no idea what's going on upfield, and he's too late to get there, and it just throws him out of the loop. He panics because he's unaware of what's going on and what should be happening. Alright, so yeah, the major points there is just making sure that you're more aware of the field and what's going on. Try to take ball cam off and on a little bit more. Make sure that you're working with your teammate a little bit more. Play opposite sides of the field, play where they can't, and try to work them into every play that you can. You should be working as a team, as a system of 2 people working together, not you with some assistance from the other person based on the drive. You're just not going to be as successful as people that are synced up and are consistently working with each other and looking for everyone. Alright, so thanks for the replay, Dela. Anyone else, be sure to send yours in if you're looking to get one analyzed. Be sure to drop a like if this helped you out at all, and thanks guys, I'll see you around.